Hello and welcome back to the Xbox Hut. It seems that betas for games are becoming more of a marketing and survey system than they are an actual test of the game. However, the benefit of betas can be debated, so what's more important is the impression it leaves you with. So despite feeling burned out on FPS games, I went ahead and gave another beta a chance. The Battlefield Hardline beta includes 3 modes: Heist, Hotwire, and Conquest. Conquest is the most standard of all the modes, and there's not much to say about it except that it's your usual King of the Hill mode. Maps are fairly large, so expect to hoof it a lot. Next is Heist, which is also a bit standard. It's your usual capture the flag mode, but with a small twist. The police need to stop the robbers from breaking into a vault and escaping to drop points with the loot. It's fun, but you can expect a lot of camping. Last, and easily my favorite mode of them all, Hotwire. Hotwire is a moving King of the Hill mode with vehicles. In probably one of the biggest twists to this style of mode, you are forced to keep moving with the specified hot-wired vehicles, otherwise the capture doesn't count. This forces people to drive around the map, and you'll often be engaged in vehicle-to-vehicle combat that is both hilarious and fun. The moment I started playing Hotwire, I didn't play any of the other modes. It was that much fun. The other thing I enjoyed was actual servers. Not everyone understands why this is important, but for those of us who do, thank the heavens. Yes, the game runs in 720p, and it is particularly noticeable on the Heist map. However, there are a lot of graphical effects, physics, and most notably, players that the system is handling at 60 frames per second. Maps are massive, much like recent Battlefield games, and there is a plethora of vehicles in play in addition to handling up to 64 players. If you're coming into Battlefield Hardline looking for graphics, you're in the wrong place. With the game coming out in just over a month, I also wouldn't expect too much improvement, with a possible resolution boost being the only thing I would say that could be possible. The texture work is hit or miss, with some things looking great and other things looking rather muddy. Lighting effects, however, are clearly top-notch, so despite its 720p presentation, it's not a game I'd call ugly either. I would easily venture into saying, however, that this game would be best visually experienced on a PC gaming rig. Much like recent entries in the Battlefield series, weapon handling is far more realistic than most FPS games out now. Firing in bursts, recoil control, and firepower are all far more in tune with how they should feel. Now, as a racing game fan, I have to state that the vehicle physics are so purposely arcade-driven that anyone can drive a car. Unless they're all total idiots. Having said that, admittedly I still had fun driving the cars and found myself often being the wheelman for the aforementioned reasons. And yet, when there was a decent driver, leaning out of a car to shoot at another car just made me smile, and there's nothing more exhilarating than actually taking someone out in another moving vehicle. If you wanted cops and robbers car chases, you'll find it here in Battlefield Hardline. Though some latency issues are still present with the vehicles. That, and I experienced spawning on a squad mate that was stuck inside of a massive boulder. Fortunately, hours upon hours of playing is met with a rather deep level of class progression. Additionally, there's a ton of gear to buy and customize with all of that money you've been earning, including a $1,000 sledgehammer. While the Hotwire maps were limited to 32 players, I can't help but hope the final game may allow 64-player Hotwire. I can happily imagine the chaos of car chases that would happen, and I can't help but want to buy this game for just this one mode. I know that sounds crazy, but I had that much fun in Hotwire, and I haven't laughed so hard at the hilarity and unrealism of attempted realism in an FPS game for a very long time. While I passed on Evolve because it brought absolutely no real joy or compelling reason to play it, Battlefield Hardline may find its way into my library despite the overcrowding of FPS games simply because I like driving cars, and I like shooting at other people. Driving cars.
All units, we lost one car.
That's it for today. Like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time on the Xbox Hut.